Welcome into your Game 17 Bruins fan reaction video. I'm Pat, and the Bruins would be taking on the Vegas Golden Knights on their second game of a back-to-back. When I see Vegas come into town, which isn't often, it's once a year, and it's only the second year they've been in the league, I sometimes forget that they have very familiar faces on this team, such as Malcolm Subban, who was the Bruins goalie somewhat, kind of a backup. And you got Colin Miller, who they took in the expansion draft. You also got Riley Smith, a former Bruin, along with Nick Holden, who had a cup of coffee here at the end of last year. I also kind of look at some of Vegas' players, and I forget that they're on Vegas and not on their old team. Like Shea Theodore, I still think of him as a Duck. Marchessault, I still think of him as a Panther because it just hasn't set in because I haven't seen them with Vegas enough. Even though I saw most of their cup run last year, it's still kind of, it's just such a new team still. And they're doing great for an expansion team. Made the cup last year. I mean, every team wants to get to the cup in the West, and they were the only ones to get to the cup in the West. And, impressive. And even though they're struggling at the beginning of this year, 7-10-1, that's still not bad for a second-year expansion team. Obviously, expectations are probably higher for them after last year, but at the same time, it's only your second year in the league. I mean, you can't be too picky with how things have gone so far. Anyway, though, tonight we have Malcolm Subban in net for the Vegas Golden Knights and Jaroslav Halak in net for the Boston Bruins. Halak had a great outing the other day against Toronto, and you wonder how would Halak look on a back-to-back with no rest, because we didn't want to play Daniel Vladar, which made me a little upset because I kind of wanted to see Vladar, but Jaroslav Halak has been a beast for most of the year, minus the Vancouver game, so, we ride with him. One interesting fact that was pointed out to me in the broadcast and in the condensed game, which I watched on NHL Network after the game, so I get my analysis right on these highlights and everything, is that Vegas coming in tonight was dead last in 5-on-5 goals, and the Bruins were 5th place in 5-on-5 goals. So big differential there. We would see if it played out that way tonight. And the Bruins would get things going early tonight, scoring just 3 minutes into the game, and it's not who you'd expect. Anders Bjork picks a puck off the boards, passes it to the middle to Danton Heinen to start the breakout. Heinen streaking down the ice with Bjork on his wing. Chip passes it past Thomas Nosek. Bjork picks it up, fires a backhander, cross crease to the back post where Danton Heinen is, because Danton Heinen made a beeline to the back post because he knew Bjork was going to hit him with the pass, and Danton Heinen puts it home for the Bruins to go up 1-0 3 minutes into the game. Now, I don't know if you guys who watch the videos have watched the Bruins much, but if Danton Heinen and Bjork are scoring on you 3 minutes into the game, things probably aren't going to go that well for you because they've had a tough time scoring this year, and when they're doing this to you this early, bad news for you. Very bad news for you, and the Bruins would build upon this lead later this period. Late in the first period, Vegas is in our offensive zone looking for something. They go for a cross-crease pass. John Moore chops it down and starts the breakout one way. A person who joins this breakout is Jeremy Lauzon, the rookie, who's only in tonight because Brandon Carlo is out. And Sean Crowley dumps it off the boards, and it comes right kind of in front of the net. Malcolm Subban thinks he can play it. Oh, he shouldn't have because he whiffed badly, and Jeremy Lauzon, who joined the rush using his speed, is the first one to get the puck and puts it into an essentially empty net. And what a way to score your first goal. That's kind of a fluke that you'd even get that opportunity. But, I mean, goals in the AHL are hard to come by, and you don't complain about how you get them. You just get them. And, Jeremy Lauzon, congrats to you. First NHL goal, hopefully one of many. Vegas, right before the end of the first period, would take 2 tripping calls, and the Bruins would get a 5-on-3 to end the first period and also start the second period. They would not score on the 5-on-3. They would, however, get one on the 5-on-4. In the last few seconds of the power play, the Bruins are looking for sun, so this isn't a wasted power play. And Bergeron goes for a cross-zone pass. It gets deflected by a Vegas Golden Knights player. Pastrnak, it eventually gets to Pastrnak. Pastrnak throws it back in front, hits a Vegas player, goes to Bergeron. Bergeron throws it in front again, hits something. Marchand somehow gets it and roofs it, though, in a really messed up way to get a goal here. It was bouncing off everyone. It was looking like pinball, really, and Marchand just happened to get it with a fairly easy empty net because Malcolm Subban was having to dance all over the place, having to move side to side. He was all over the place. Marchand gets the puck, easily puts it in the net. He roofed it too, made sure it went in. And the Bruins go up 3-0 and have a commanding lead in this game against Vegas. Now, Vegas was having their chances in the game. It's just Jaroslav Halak was up to the task. And Vegas put up a good amount of shots. They put up 38. And when you put up 38, you expect to score some goals. They did score one, and it was off a nice play by Alex Tuch. Alex Tuch looking like one of the better, younger power forwards in the game, one of the few power forwards in the game. You don't see as many power forwards. And he rips the puck off John Moore at center ice. It looks like John Moore fumbled it or something. John Moore chases him back, which good on John Moore for staying with the play. Alex Tuch is just a big boy. He takes him almost around the net, but before he goes around the net, he has the puck one hand, backhand pass in front. Cody Eakin comes into the slot, and Krug doesn't pick him up. I'm going to put this one on Krug, even though DeBrusk was in the area as well. Krug doesn't pick him up, and Cody Eakin gets an uncontested shot from the slot, and he beats Yaroslav Halak. And this would make it a 3-1 game, putting Vegas right back in it. 2 goals is a very doable comeback for any team in the NHL. What a play by Alex Tuch, though. That's some big man strength there to have the one hand out and then just throw it across the crease like that. That was pretty impressive. To hold off John Moore, pretty impressive. And that's why he's on my fantasy team. The Bruins would take the 3-1 lead into the third period. And in the third period, Vegas would give us another 5-on-3. And they got 2 tripping penalties at the same exact time. What are you doing? Pastrnak, Marchand, and Bergeron kill teams on the power play. And Krejci at the point is no slouch. Krug at the point, ever since coming back from injury, adds another element. It's a very dynamic power play that most teams struggle to contain. And on a 5-on-3, there's a very unlikely chance you're going to stop them from scoring. Krejci with the puck at the point passes it to Torrey Krug. Torrey Krug looks like he's going to take a slap shot right on net, but it's a slap pass to David Pastrnak back post, and Pastrnak one times it in. And David Pastrnak is your league leader in goals with 16, and that's 16 goals in 17 games, and that's filthy. He's on pace for like 70 goals, which probably won't happen, but imagine if it did. The Bruins would hold on to this 4-1 lead, and at the end of the day, one thing that really killed Vegas was how they could not stay out of the penalty box. Overall, the Bruins are a more talented team than Vegas. Vegas had a lot of chances, but Yaroslav Halak was by far the better goaltender in this one. And that's really all you can really say about this game, is that the Bruins overall are just a better team than Vegas at this point in time, and it showed tonight. Now let's talk about some interesting things when you look around the NHL on their leaderboards. Leading the NHL in goals, David Pastrnak with 16. The next closest person has 12, and there are 4 people with 12 goals. One of them, Alexander Ovechkin. Patrice Bergeron, second in the league with points with 25. David Pastrnak, fourth in the league in points with 23. Marchand, 13th in the league in points with 20. That first line is filthy, and the only one that can really compare at the moment is the first line of Colorado. Colorado has the leader in points, Mikko Rantanen. They have the third place in points, Nathan MacKinnon. They also have Gabriel Landeskog, who's a little further back like Brad Marchand. And why am I bringing that up? And that is because on Wednesday night, the Bruins take the Colorado Avalanche on in the battle of who has the best first line. Now, obviously, one game doesn't determine that, but we can just act like it will. And, we want to prove that we have the better first line. As much as I said in the past, I'm not sure I want to keep it together. If the second and third line can play good consistently, there's no reason to take it apart, really. Even though we should still add talent to that second line, in my opinion. So I'm very much looking forward to that game on Wednesday night. The last thing I'm going to leave you with for you Bruins fans is another guy who's pretty high on some leaderboards, and that is Yaroslav Halak. Halak is second in the league with goals against average with a sparkling 1.77. He's also second in the league in save percentage with a 9.45 save percentage. He's behind one man in both those categories, the same man in fact, which is Pekka Rinne of the Nashville Predators. Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but it is not unrealistic to think maybe Halak at the age of 33 has captured lightning in a bottle and could be the Bruins starter for the rest of the year and maybe even have a shot at the Vezina Trophy. I've seen stranger things in sports. I saw Leicester City win a Premier League title. I've seen weird things happen. It is not out of the box. It's definitely not out of the question. The way he's looked so far, why not? Anyway, that's all I have for you in today's Bruins fan reaction video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up button down below. That like button gets the video more suggested to other people to view it. If you enjoy my channel, hit the subscribe button down below. It means a lot to see that support, and you can hit the notification button to follow me and get notifications every time I post a video. And last but not least, please comment down below. I love the interaction, and I will respond to any and all comments. Of course, thank you for watching this far into the video, and I will see you next time. Peace.